Hello. We're still playing I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. We are right now 12 years old. The year is half over-ish. But yeah, we're definitely still a child. But soon we will be a teenager. 5 events remain, 0 collectibles. Let's just do that. And then we can decide for next year if we're going out again or if we're just leaving it, since a lot of the events seem to be the same after a while. Hey there! You let your mind wander as you're walking and bumble straight into a field of gelatinous blob grass. Totally transparent, the sticky fronds are hard to see, but even harder to ignore, especially once they start glomming onto your boots and slowing you down. It's like trudging through thick mud. You stubbornly decide to keep going, paying close attention to the visible signs of this blobgrass field, and there aren't many, just an absence of other vegetation. Challenge, perception challenge, an easy one. Let's see. Just so that that card is out of my hands. Super goal. I'm eating sushi for a sec, haven't had dinner yet. Sounds good. There it is. You can hop along from that rock to that fallen log, then climb over those old pieces of surveying equipment. You get through the villainous blobgrass. You spent a bunch of time on it though, and it takes some tricky balancing. It's tiring. But we did it. Plants grow fast during pollen. They've choked the path here, and you can't see an obvious way through. Nice. We got money from that. You find a good stick and whack your way through the tangle of new growth. Take that, nature. And we got getting lost in the fog. Hell yeah. There was 2 challenges out of the 5 that are still here. Hello. You walk into a clearing and immediately stop in your tracks. There's a unisaur here. You've seen them before, but they still fill you with a sense of awe. Perception challenge? Nice. As you settle in to watch it from behind a strand of mush trees, the Unisaur looks up towards you, startled by your movement. You try to hold perfectly still and quiet your breathing. After a tense moment, it goes back to its business. First, it sniffs out a good tree and drops the scent glands in its neck against it thoroughly. Then it pees, like a crystal waterfall on a rock. Everything it does, it seems magical. You quietly take a picture with your hollow palm, but you know you can't share it or you'd get caught for sneaking out. Next, it sharpens its horn against a rock, which is scored with marks from having done this before. This must be its favorite sharpening rock. You notice the bulge in its stomach. It must have had a huge meal recently. Eventually, it curls up for a good nap. You quietly sneak away. This was so wonderful, but Tumna is a magical place. There's still 2 challenges left. There's one, and there's the other. Still seems deadly? Fair. This planet is full of all sorts of bugs. Little wrigglers, hopping beetles, shining creepers, and snaily things. Oh my. You crouch in the long grasses and explore a square meter in great detail. There's so much to see. You don't even know what any of these things are. They might not even have names yet. Touch one or just watch? Watch. You stare with big eyes at the wonders of the natural world. Gives us +1 perception. Nice. And there's the last challenge over there. We've already collected all the things that are collectible here. You leave the path and sneak through a strand of mush trees to one of the little sawmills dotting this area. It's a small but busy operation, 3 people feeding mush tree logs into some kind of machine, while a 4th one directs a 4-legged robot with a plasma saw mounted on the front. Stay and watch what they're doing or leave in disgust. That would give us the... We already have that card, but it is a pretty good card. We still have a bunch of cards with 1s and 0s on them. If you want the card, sure. Yeah. You stay out of sight and watch how they do it. When one tree crashes down, it almost seems like the others are wincing. It's probably just your imagination, though. They aren't planting new ones or leaving any behind. You know the mush trees regrow every year, but can they still regrow when you cut down everything like this? Even the smaller trees and bushes are getting ground up for mulch with a scary big grinder that sounds like a roaring beast. The entire process makes you uneasy, but also proud of how industrious your colony is. Sure. still open, nobody around. We go back home. Are you sure this will end the month? Yes, there's nothing else to do here. You're back! Yeah, air is right. We leave late pollen and are in early dust now. I don't know if I'd be proud of that. Me neither. Oh, hey. You know, Solace, you're right, Mars says as you approach. You blink at her, trying to figure out what she means. You're an alright what? At your stunned silence, Mars laughs and tosses her hair over her shoulder. You're alright, she repeats. You actually have good taste, unlike all these other nullheads. Ever since we landed, it's been help with this, Mars, and don't waste resources on that, Mars. It's boring. At least you understand the importance of sophistication. You shoot the breeze with Mars a bit longer. At some point, this skulls out of the living quarters and has to pass by you both, clearly trying not to draw your attention. Where's he going now? Mars mutters to you, then raises her voice so Diz can hear. Try not to get eaten by aliens, she calls out to Diz. If you die out there, they can't use your body for fertilizer. Don't be a waste. Yeah, get lost, Diz. Or, I guess he is a little weird. Or, shut up, Mars, this is cool. Let's lose some friendship points with Mars, shall we? Oh, we didn't actually. You say it loud enough for Diz to hear. He looks at you with wide eyes before scurrying toward the walls. 2 friendship with Diz. Huh? Mars says with a little smile. No accounting for taste. She seems to respect that you challenged her. Me neither. I don't like bullying either. I don't like Mars as a character, really. She watches Diz disappear from sight, then shrugs. Maybe you can get through to him. I've tried, but he doesn't care about contributing to the colony or being popular or earning kudos or anything important. Fuck you. We get friendship with Mars for some reason. And we got Mars's ambition, which gives us -1 kudos for challenges. What? What do you contribute, Mars, or leave? However, that earned us friendship points with her. Also, we know what she continues. She does work for the shop, yeah. Yeah, so we just leave. Goodbye. For some reason, we got friendship points with her. That makes no sense. This is at 25 now. Tang is at 29, Nemone 16, Cal 23. Mars is lagging behind, but that just makes sense. Oh yeah, did we find out anybody's... Yeah, she liked that we challenged her, yeah. So, you like the eggs. You also like the eggs. Tang likes medicinal roots, which we have a bunch of. We don't know what Diz likes or dislikes. Hehe. Crystal clusters, yep. So yeah, we have not found out what Diz likes yet. Should we try to find it out? Oh hey, we can eat a worm now, I think. Yeah, we totally can eat a worm now, if we want to. becoming a carnivore. Should we do that then? We eat the worm. Dare you to eat this worm? Oh yeah, Discountess? Well, I double dare you to eat the worm. You can't just turn down a double dare. You're no meek little hop-eye. Slimy, unsatisfying, very, very gross. This eats his like a noodle, slurping it up and wrinkling his nose as it wriggles in his mouth. Yuck, he says, swallowing it whole, then shows you his empty mouth. You show how you should have known better than to dare a person who fears nothing. We get a bravery and 2 friendship with this. Hell yeah. Alright, we still have gifts that we could give him. Okay, dare you to go into a restricted area. Value is wild, interesting. Putting on your scary face. Yeah, that's the next thing. We could try to give this a gift. I don't think we have given him anything yet. Maybe try the medicinal roots or the mushwood? We don't have any worms. We don't know anything about his likes or dislikes. Like the others we know, everybody else's likes we have found out. For this, we don't know anything. We could also give Tang one of the medicinal roots later, since that is her favorite. Should we try medicinal roots? Although, how likely is he to like anything that his sister likes? Maybe not. Let's give him something else. We could try the boba fruit, it looks fun. Okay, yeah, you agree on that, fair. Thank you, this says, clearly unsure about how to react. I'll, find something to do with it. It wasn't his favorite, but he also didn't hate it. Right. Now, let's look at our stats, shall we? With bravery, we are fairly close to getting the upgrade. Oh no, it comes at 30. Okay. So with toughness, we're really close. So if we take 1 more toughness point, we get some reward for it. How about we do that then? We're also getting fairly close with bravery, So that gives us bravery, toughness, competent animals. Yeah, let's do a sports ball. Mars may not be as skilled as a sports ball player as Anemone, but she plays hard. She orders people around like a team captain, but she isn't so great at passing the ball. She'd rather be the star. Her favorite thing is to spike the ball right into the opposing net stop's body. It's not a legal move, but she's done it so many times that the opposition now stands further back when Mars has the ball, which is exactly what she wants. Did you see that? Anemone complains to you during a break. Mars wouldn't pass the ball to either of us for 10 whole minutes. Somebody has to do something. Anemone looks at you questioningly. Can't talk to Mars because we still have 0 in persuasion. Let's just not pass her the ball, or just let Mars be Mars. Just let Mars be Mars. You keep passing Mars the ball and she keeps trying to spike it from the net in huge wide shots that often miss. She gets another penalty for holding the ball for too long when Anemone is clearly open. At least Mars is getting better at those long shots and she seems happy. Get to work. My autocorrect wants to make maths out of it, oh no! We have nothing with gems, so we're keeping this card for when we have them. Oh, no, never mind. Card gets +1. 1, 2, 3. Can't possibly get a streak going that is bigger than that. We can do 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. No. Okay. I think the straight gave us better points for this. Yeah, we're putting the 5 to the very right. We have to, yeah. Oh, very left would also work, but yeah, we can't let it touch any of the others. But with that, we get a straight going, and I think that gives us the best points that we can with the hand that we were dealt. We just couldn't have the 5 next to one of the other, one of the yellow cards. Okay, it was the best score apparently. It's time for the 3rd annual Autumnalia Festival. You gather with your family at the Colony Square. Everyone takes a seat as Governor Eudicate approaches the stage. She folds her hands and serenely addresses the crowd. What a pleasure to address you all today as your governor, she says, looking as pleased as she ever does. In under 3 years, we've built a colony of which we can truly be proud. While we've suffered hardships and losses, we remain standing, as always, looking toward the future we are building together. Let us use this Midsummer Festival as a time to reflect on our many blessings, Eudicate continues. Fresh water, good food, healthy children, and a strong community. Eudicate bows her head. But first, let us remember Professor Halitosis, who guided our children and kept our engines running for so many years. Chief Engineer Instance will be filling in, with help from our ship's AI congruence, until someone can take up the mantle that rested so easily on Hal's broad shoulders. We also recognize the passing of our dear friend Chief Surveyor Melatonin. Known for his gentle nature and his curious spirit, Tonin joins his daughter Aspartame and his partner Levendula in the world of our memories. In his place, we welcome our youngest council member ever, Utopia, representing Expeditions. Udicott invites the rest of the council to stand and be recognized among the crowd, including your mum, who huffs in annoyance. When the applause dies down and the council sits, Utopia remains standing. Actually, Auntie Udicott, you mind if I just make a quick announcement? Yeah, apparently that was her name. Aspartame, I don't know. Udicott nods and Utopia clears her throat. I just wanted to say thanks to y'all who are trusting me with this job, she says, her clear voice ringing out over the crowd. A cheer rises from Expeditions, and she motions for them to quiet down. Uncle Tonin's left some big shoes to fill, and, well, I'm gonna give it my best. I also don't know what aspartame means. We're fixing to get to the bottom of what we're calling the shimmer. The sniffles folks have been getting during pollen, Utopia continues. Until we do, please keep on wearing your mask when the pollen is thick, and let the doc know if you're under the weather. She bends down to hug the governor as she leaves the stage. Thank you, Utopia, Udicott says. Oh, it's an artificial sweetener, right, thanks. Thank you, Utopia, Udicott says warmly, and thank you for the rest of the council for their service. Live music starts playing and Udicott smiles. And now it's time for games and feasting. The crowd disperses toward the feasting table, clearing the area of chairs so the children's competition can be held. Which will you do this year? We need a bot triathlon, which needs 15 or greater. Talent show, 15 toughness or greater, we have that. Talent show, creativity 15 or greater. Science fair, reasoning 15 or greater. Just watch or don't even watch. Toughness is, of these, our best one. We have 30 in toughness. Creativity, reasoning. Creativity is 16, reasoning is 21. Think we should do more science. The science fair? Sure. We get loyalty. Tangent's project involves how the surveyors, gliders... I thought we would get the toughness pip with 30. Apparently we don't. It's somewhere between 30 and 50 for sure, though. There is something that we'll be getting for building up toughness a little bit more. Attention's project involves how the surveyors' gliders work. Something to do with the materials they're made from reacting with the magnetic field of the planet, combined with solar energy collected from the wings. You tune her out, only zoning back when Tang stumbles through one of the judge's technical questions. You catch a look of pained frustration as she realizes she doesn't know the answer. The judge turns to you next. Reasoning challenge. We need 59. It's fine, I'm sure we can do it another way. I mean, I'm not sure that would have given us the thing anyway. That doesn't count as a straight yet, does it? Oh, it also doesn't because there's a star involved. That gives us 12. That gives us 13. This is not going well so far. We really have to forget the 0 cards. Wait, we do have... We do have this. That could give us a... that could help with this. Or we could just draw a regular card. Oh no. Yeah, I'm just gonna redraw the hand, I think. That didn't help. How is it worse? That's a good question. But I think this is fine. We might again not reach it. Yeah, we're 10 out with this. What else do we have? I mean, we could play a bunch of them and 1, 2, 3, 4, play basically all of them and get everything to base level 5. That would give us definitely more points. Do we want to brute force this into a winning condition, or do we just give up on it, or we also have the option of pushing through? Like, I think if we use all of our mushwood logs, we can win, almost all of our mushwood logs, we can win this if we turn everything to a 5. Push through and then rest? Oh wait, we can't push through because we don't have that much stress available. Yeah, we're too exhausted to push through. No, we can't. I think we're resting next round anyway, though. The mushwood logs don't really have that much of a use, though, so we can just splurge. And that would definitely give us enough. So we're giving up? just to make sure. That's fine. Okay, we do the mushroom logs? Okay, yes. Let's start with this one. And one more. That's one even less than than I thought we needed. We do have a win condition. It is an expensive win, but it is a win. You do an egg drop experiment, taking fragile crystalline glass fruit and designing 4 different ways to protect them from breaking after a long fall. Just got a trophy for winning the science fair. 2 break, but 2 succeed. Your experiment is only a simple demonstration of physics, but the judges decide to award you for choosing something within your capabilities and doing it well. Tang is frustrated, but more at herself than you. She's not used to failure. That wasn't a lot, but we got the science fair champion card. We also gained the status popular, which we'll find out in a minute what that does. After the festivities, you take time off for a much-needed, very relaxing break. Your dad sets up a slip and slide through the colony square, and everyone takes turns sliding on their stomachs and spraying water at each other. It's a lot of fun. You can feel your worries floating away in the hot dust suns. Okay, we do not have to take a break this month after all. Okay. Yes, we don't need the rest period. Popular, you're a winner and everyone... Wait, there you are. Everyone wants to be your friend. Kudos doubled for 3 months. So we should do work. Tangent is deep in conversation with one of the other scientists. He seems to be consoling her, though Tangent's face betrays no emotion as he claps her on the shoulder and reassures her that she's doing really well for someone so young, and that everyone compromised some of their samples when they were first learning. He leaves and Tangent sighs as she goes to put her head in her hands, stopping short when she realizes she's still wearing gloves. She peels them off and digs her fingers into her eyes. Are you okay, Tangent, or what's up, Tang? Are you okay? I'm fine, Tangent replies immediately. I compromised an experiment I was working on because the vent was still open when I was spraying the workstation down with sanitizer. She sniffs. It's so gross here, she says. I probably did that fungus a favor. Tangent takes a bottle of sanitizer from under her workbench and cleans while she speaks. There are pollen spores everywhere, she whines. And he comes over here and tells me it'll be okay, Tang, like it's his job to console and patronize me. I hate being patronized too. What's wrong with him being nice? But it is okay to make mistakes. She does need to hear it. It is okay to make mistakes. Tangent shoves the sanitizer back under her workbench. Don't you understand? She says, frustration seeping into her voice. If we never feel the pain of failure, if there's no cost to it, why would we ever improve? I need to own my own mistakes. What I don't need, she continues icily, is someone to pat me on the head and tell me it's okay, and the adults will make it all better. I messed up, she says. Just let me fix it. Don't make a big deal about it like I'm a child with a boo-boo. Tangent's focus, 3, plus 1 if this has the highest value. Okay. Our reasoning isn't good enough for her. But have medicinal roots because you like them. This is interesting, is all Tang says, taking her roots and turning them over in her hands. Her lips curl in distaste at the dirt that still clings to them. No, really, she protests. When she sees the look on your face, I'm going to analyze these roots to see if they have any useful properties. They might be medicinal. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you, she adds, almost as an afterthought. That was surprisingly mature of her, but I guess maybe it's not that surprising. Yeah, kinda. Right, let's see what else dislikes or dislikes. Oh, we can't give you another gift. Fair enough. We don't have eggs for you. We should do something that gives us money, because right now we earn twice as much. Deliver supplies gives us organizing and perception. Organizing is 14. Perception is our highest skill. And shoveling dirt, which is our other job, gives us toughness. Let's do that, because that, like, I wanna get the goodie. Whatever the goodie will be. I think that might be at 35 or 40 then. Shovel dirt. Hey Squirt, your mom calls out to you. Don't you think it's time you started thinking about what you're gonna do when you're older? You look at her in confusion. Isn't she always telling you to stay in school? She chuckles. You gotta think about it sometime, kid. How about you come and join your folks on the farm, if you think you're up for it? I'm ready. Can't be because my biology isn't good enough. By 1 point. I don't think I'm ready. You need to brush up on your life sciences before you're ready to become a farmer. It's a complicated job. Cart gets +1 in the middle there. Oh, you are a yellow card. Yeah. Yeah. Then we don't have to use the card that gives us -1 kudos. Oh, hell yeah, look at that. The amount of kudos we got for that. And we got the toughness pip. Is it at 33? Might be at 33. What did we get though? Okay, next month. Let's see. Maybe we get a pop-up? New perk. +1 to physical cards. Red cards get +1 in physical challenges. Okay! Nothing around here. Okay, then let's do the other job while popularity is still up. Or let's just also look at the supply depot. How much money do we even have? +5 biology and +1 bonus to straights. 5 persuasion, +1 bonus to pairs. Okay. You're charged with delivering a special package from Administrator Seek to Chief Engineer Instance. The wrapping is so fancy. Seek must have nanoprinted the pretty handkerchief and ribbon specially for this package. You can't help but stare, but Seek snaps at you to mind your own business and get to work. Yikes. Alright, touchy much? Tang laughs when she sees you in engineering holding Seek's gift. Again? She says, rolling her eyes. You try to hand her the package, but she looks at it like it's a stick of dynamite. Oh no, I don't want any part of this, she insists. Just go through those doors and give it to Instance, if you want to ruin everyone's day. Okay, deliver it to Instance, open it, which gives +1 investigation, 4, +1 if the next card is also brainy. Destroy it and say you delivered it. Card, we open the package, which gives us Rebellion 5. You tear away the pretty wrapping to reveal a small wooden carving. It's smooth and warm, and you can see where real tools shaped the wood, not a nanoprinter. Seek must have put a lot of time and effort into it. It's clearly a carving of Instance. Her heart expression is instantly recognizable, even if the rest of her is, naked. Yep, she's sure naked. You quickly cover it back up before someone sees you holding a naked lady doll. Keep it, give it back to Seek, or destroy it and say you delivered it. We can't give it to Instance now. Okay, we keep it. That gives us... Okay, 10 kudos and 5 rebellion. Something compels you to keep the figurine, even though it has no use to you. It kind of feels nice to steal something just for the sake of stealing, though. Is it really stealing if nobody wants it? Oh no. Wow. You're overthinking it. Get to work. Bloody hell, we just did that, didn't we? Card becomes blue. Okay. Nice. More monies. Early wet. Which I think is Mars's birthday. Yes. It is Mars's birthday. I guess destroying it would have been an option, but I also wanted to see if it has a use at some point. It might do. You never know. Oh, hey. Does this interest you? Yellow flower? Yeah, it wasn't. The yellow flower wasn't the thing. It's fine. We'll find out eventually what he likes. It's Mars' birthday, but we also don't have the thing that Mars likes. There's no point in going out. We could still do more deliveries so that we get more points in those skills, and also still while money is being doubled for it. We also have enough money to buy one of these things. We could just look up what they like. I do that in Stardew too. I mean, fair, but there's not that many options as we have in Stardew. And like, he still gets +2 from what we've given him so far. And he's the only one that we don't know the likes of. Well, him and Tammy, but like, you know, not that relevant anymore. It's not like we lose friendship points on it. Okay, so either we go to class or we do more work. It will be again, we will save her. Yes, I hope so. Gotta call my mom. Okay, then I'm just gonna do a quick delivery run. It's another meeting of the Secret Fun Times Club. You're trying to figure out what to do today. It's your job as Vice President of Fun Ideas, but you're having trouble coming up with something. Think, Solace. Think. What's that smell? Tang asks as he joins you. You think she means someone farted and you giggle, but then you can smell it too. It's like burning mustard or spices, strong and acrid. Then the overhead lights start to flicker. Oh, that keeps happening, Mars says with a shrug. Like the same time every afternoon. Nobody knows why. It's a mystery. She and Tang look at each other, then at you. A mystery, or I'm going to sit this one out. A mystery? They jump to their feet. There's a mystery afoot, and the SFC is going to solve it. Tang brings up a fresh notepad on her hollow palm and adds 2 bullet points. Clue 1, weird smell. Clue 2, flickering lights. Cal sniffs the air. The smell's coming from that vent, he says, pointing to a screen in the corner. Get up close and sniff, or get a schematic to see where the vent goes. We can do either. Pull the vent off the wall is also an option. Hey there. How are you? Doing good. Nice. I'm also doing good. Okay, let's get up close and sniff. Use your smell or sense to detect hints of things cooking. Maybe you should check the cafeteria kitchens. It smells awful in here. Antecedent is here, fanning the nanoprinter with a cutting board while it belches out foul black smoke. Oh gosh, kids, she says. Don't come any closer. This darn nanoprinter is on the fritz again. Everything that comes out is awfully burnt, and I don't want you to breathe in the smoke. Every gosh darn day, she mutters under her breath. You look up. The lights are flickering here too. There, did you see it? You take a closer look. There's some kind of black dust near them. That's weird. Little clumps of it are stuck to the wall and ceiling, all around the outlet and the back of the nanoprinter too. You climb up onto the counter, much to Antecedent's annoyance. When you put your hand near the black dust, your holopalm makes your hand tingle, like it's vibrating slightly. Tangent climbs up with you and tries it too. Electromagnetism, she confirms. The ferromagnetic materials in our holopalms are reacting to the presence of magnets, or an electric current. I think it's in this dust? She makes a note. Clue 3, electromagnetic dust. Antecedent chews you out of the kitchens. Out! Out! Go play somewhere else, my darlings. We've got supper to prepare. No, I don't want any II viewers, thank you very much. You follow the clumps of black dust through the lounge, down a long hallway to the children's creche. It's quiet here, and instinctively you all walk softly and stop talking. You slow as you approach the playroom. The creche playroom is empty and dimly lit, except for the holoprojector in the corner, showing a purple teddy bear. The one that electrocuted your friend Tammy. It keeps flickering on and off. Bravely enter the room, convince Mars to go first, which we can't do, or wait for someone else to go first. Bravely enter the room. Oh. As you step in, all the lights in the room suddenly turn on. 2 musical toys start playing all at once, and the toy robot begins spinning in circles, whirring. Mars shrieks. We get +1 in bravery. Tangent rushes suddenly forward, grabs a glass from an art table, and slams it upside down on the counter. I caught it! She yells. Huh. You gather around to see. Under the glass are what look like 4 round metal things, like ball bearings. As you watch, one of them starts to roll. It advances to the edge of the glass, then rolls in a ring around the inside. It stops. Then a pair of long silver antennae emerge from the top of the ball. They click together, producing a bright spark of electricity. You all jump back. The other 3 balls gradually wake and begin snapping their own antennae. I think we've solved our mystery, Tang says with a growing smile. Sure enough, you find out more magnetic black dust and something else. Tiny bite marks in the electric cord leading to the holoprojector. They must be feeding off the electricity, Tang explains, then storing it like a battery to use for self-defense. And this dust must be their excrement. Fascinating. You report your findings to Dr. Instance. She discovers these pests have in fact been siphoning off electric currents from your ship since it landed, and are responsible for some dangerous power surges. One such surge must have been the one that killed your friend Tammy. From a quick look around the room, everyone knows it. Anemone rubs Cal's back as he stares at the ground. Instance sends you all some kudos in thanks. The mystery of the weird smell, and number 4 card, that's nice. And also a lot of kudos, look at that. Yeah. Oh, card gets a +1. Oh, we used Mars's ambition, yeah. That gave us -1 kudo. That's fine. Still a lot of kudos. We almost doubled our kudos. And the status is gone. Nothing lying around here. Now. It is the middle of it, so we're definitely doing a rest period next month, just in case something needs us to have energy in the glow season. Because glow season is weird. Our status is gone, so we might as well go to class now. Or we could do rest now and go to class next month and see how that goes. But I think it makes more sense to go to some sort of class now and do... Oh, we're getting close with bravery. To the 33 that we need for the pip. Bravery is fairly close, everything else is very much still far away. And we still have 0 points in persuasion. That's also maybe something that we should work on. This gives us persuasion, at least. If we study humanities. Yeah. Do you want to work on bravery, or finally give us some points in persuasion, or what else would you like to do? Oh yeah, right, we also can practice the photophoner now as a stress reducing... no, as a thing that also gives us stress. But also bravery. And our creativity is also not that good. So yeah, that's definitely also an option. Yeah. Let's give us one more point in biology. Yeah. Study life sciences. Sounds good. It's been a while since you've been to life sciences class. You wonder who they got to teach it after Professor Hell died. He was the teacher back on the ship. Who could possibly replace him? You take your seat in the classroom. There's no teacher here yet. You and the other students wait, exchanging awkward glances as time passes. Eventually, Chief Engineer Instance breezes through the door. She's accompanied by Tang, who takes a seat beside you, barely giving you a second look. Look who showed up, Instance snaps, with a sinking feeling you know she's talking about you. Solace, can you even tell me what life sciences entails? Tang looks at you out of the corner of her eye, trying not to smirk. The wet sciences? Bio, chem, medicine, ecology, geology. The study of life? Let's say biochem, medicine, ecology, and geology. You easily rattle off the subject names. Instant doesn't look pleased, but she doesn't look disappointed either. That's about as good as you ever get from her, honestly, so you can count that as a win. Get to work. Tangent stops you on the way to class. Solace? Were you heading to life sciences? Good. I could use your help with something, actually. I'm working with Chief Engineer Instance in the biolab. If you give me a hand with it, I'm sure she'll give you credit for the class. Of course I'll help, or I don't know what I could do to help. I mean, of course we help. Honestly, admits Tang, we just need somebody to label Petri dishes and move them from the cooler to different machines. A Hopeye could do it. Okay. Instance is staring unfocused at her holopalm as she processes the results of her of the scans. Tang goes and stands beside her, pulling up the scan on her own holopalm. They confer quietly while you wait. Sounds like they're studying the shimmer, the mysterious illness some colonists get during pollen every year, including your dad. Instance looks up at you as if just noticing your existence. Ah, Solace, she says. We've been studying samples from some of the colonists who get sick during pollen, including your dad. Some of the stuff in his lungs, it's some kind of fungus. We think the shimmer is a form of reproduction, Tang explains. It's like a fungus trying to turn us into more fungus like it. It's really neat, actually. Yeah, neat. More like ultra creepifying. You sound like you like the fungus. Yeah, neat. You spend the rest of the week helping them study the illness. Mostly, this involves following instructions and doing, as Tang loves to repeat, jobs a Hopeye could do. Nothing beats hands-on experience, though. This would be easier if we had an actual sample of the fungus, Instance remarks. They're working with some biological samples, a fancy word for snot. But according to them, the fungus is all mixed in with human cells. Instance has to spend a lot of time in vert space trying to disconnect the two in her models. Where could I find a sample, or how close are we to a cure? Where could I find a sample? Our most useful reports have been from foragers returning from the Valley of Vertigo, she tells you, where the pollen is thick all year. That might be a good place to start. Get to work. Card becomes 2. Can't do it without the card that gives us minus kudos. But yeah, we're using card becomes 2 on the card that actually is 2. Okay, we don't get minus kudos for something that doesn't give us kudos. That's good to know. We're getting very close with bravery. Biology is also really close now to the first pip. Late wet. Yeah, I do really want to do a rest period this month because of the because of us not knowing what will happen in between years, and the next month being the weird month. That gives us minus stress and forgetting a thing. I think the same is true for relaxing on the wall. This just gives us friendship with this as well, so we might as well. The other one can feature everybody else though. Huh. I can also check whether I can give the others gifts again. Oh, it seems you've remembered my birthday, Tang says, taking the root and turning them over in her hands. Her lips curl in distaste as the dirt that still clings to them. How thoughtful of you. I have much to do today, but I'll set these roots aside to analyze later. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you, she adds, almost as an afterthought. Got 4 tangent, 4 friendship with Tang, and I learned her birthday. Hell yeah. Diz. Do you like this? Diz blinks owlishly. Oh, Diz's birthday as well. Cool. Diz blinks owlishly at your gift. Is it my birthday? I almost forgot. I hate it when people make a big deal about my birthday, but this is nice. Thank you. It's not what he likes. But we did find out his and Tang's birthday. That's cool. Yeah, I'm doing the general thing. Relax in the lounge. You're hanging out in the lounge and watching vids when Mars pulls you up out of the cushions. She has a devious look on her face. Solace, it's your lucky day. You get to help clean my bedroom. How is that lucky? Okay, fine, or no way, it's my day off. How is that lucky? She puts her hands on her hips. Because you get to hang out with me all day, of course. And bonus, I might let you read my holomags. You know I wouldn't trust just anyone near all of my precious things. Okay, fine. Really? She laughs. That was easy. Follow me. My dad say it has to be finished by tonight, so we better get started. Mars's room is worse than you expected. The door barely opens because there's so much junk in the way. It's mostly clothes. Mars has an extensive wardrobe and spends all her kudos at the nanoprinters making more. She plops down on her bed. "I'll be the supervisor," she says. "You should start by taking the dirty clothes down to the laundry room." Work hard or hardly work. Love that she says she's gonna be the supervisor. What the hell? Hardly work. You dawdle and work slowly. Mostly, you just look through her stuff and play around while she reads beauty magazines on her holopalm. You take turns doing personality quizzes and try to guess what next season's colony fashions will be. We get an organizing point and rebellion back. "Hello, Princess." Mars's dads, Uncle Al and Uncle Bernie, pop their heads through the door after a few hours. We've not seen them before. It's really nice. They're everyone's uncles, and as usual covered in a layer of dust from the sawmills. "How's the cleanup going?" Mars scrambles to turn off her holopalm and jumps off the bed to help you pack away the last of her school supplies. "Oh, I see." Uncle Bernie puts his hands on his hips. "You recruited a friend to help, did you?" "Solace," he asks you, "did Mars clean too, or did you do all the work here?" Mars helped. It was me, or we didn't really work that much. It was me, all me. "And did she offer you kudos for your hard work?" Uncle Al asks. You shake your head no. "Should she have?" Al gives Mars a disappointed look. "That's odd, because she knows she gets her allowance for doing her chores, not just for being our perfect little girl." They tell you to finish up and get ready for dinner. After they leave, Mars looks a little put out by the exchange. "My dad and Papa are the best, obviously," she says, "but they're always trying to teach me these lessons. Don't they know that being this fabulous is hard work too?" She pouts. She swipes her holopalm to give you a couple kudos. You share your share of her allowance. "Stick with me and I'll teach you to be fabulous too one day." Okay. Thanks for 2 kudos. Yeah, let's get rid of crawling. Glow season. Ooh, crystal. Let's do something. Let's do something that gives us bravery, shall we? Yeah, sure. Let's play a musical instrument. You practice the photophona, and between sets you work on your schoolwork. Or you scroll the colony social media. You upload a recording of something you were working on. Your dad likes it. Okay, plus 5 kudos if total equals goal. Cool. Oh, yes. Found it. Creativity is getting there. 2 data points form a line, but 3 is a pattern. The colony has been on high alert at all glow, hoping that the creatures from beyond the wall don't return for a 3rd year in a row. Surveyors keep reporting that they're seeing unusual animal activity. Even the plants seem different, they say, and new tracks that must have been left by creatures larger and heavier than you've ever seen. You and the other colonists drill evacuation plans. You're in engineering when you hear the sirens ring through the colony. You cover your ears against the noise and make your way to the nearby classroom. This is one of the assembly points, so you should be safe there. But it wasn't so safe last year for Professor Hell. What if another creature gets in? Congruence, the new teacher, is just a face on a computer screen. She can't protect anyone. Congruence flickers cheerfully. Please stay calm, children, she says. The defense squad is already en route to the creatures. This should all be over soon. You've been told this before. As the sirens continue, you're faced with a choice. Stay put or leave. Leave. You stand up and leave. Tang and Mars stare at you like you have 3 heads. Congruence doesn't try to stop you. Not that she could. She doesn't even have any hands. You slow to a walk as you near the outer doors of engineering. Something doesn't feel right. You stop to listen in the dim emergency lighting and hear the metallic popping of something overhead. In the ventilation ducts? Your blood goes cold. Monsters! They're here! +1 to all physical skills. Skill increases for 3 months. That's good. We had that before. You follow the sound to a workshop and force yourself to look up through the slats of the vent. You gasp. 2 glistening bug-like eyes peer down at you. No, 4? 6? They blink in syncopated pairs. Then you hear it over the sirens. A soft pinging noise, halfway between a chirp and a purr. The creature skitters spider-like from one side of the vent to the other. A small furry tentacle slithers through the slats, searching for the vent release. When it can't find one, it bangs its body against the inside of the vent, denting the metal. Try to scare it away. Tame it. Help it escape. Or, yeah, attack it, try to scare it away, tame it, or help it escape. Our animals is at 19. Good. Our combat is a lot worse. Just 6. I kind of want to see what happens when you tame it. I mean, let's try. +1 to physical, red cards, one slot card gets +1. We don't have red cards on us, obviously. We tame it, yeah. Good. Card gets +1. Pretty good. We need 12 more, that should be doable. Let's see. It's a combat challenge anyway, so this card does nothing really. Yeah, we didn't draw any red cards for this very red challenge, which is fun. We do have a lot of them. This is the only card we got for this round. But yeah, we did win. Good enough. No skill changes? Sad. We did get a Riki. You win it over by reading its body language and slowly building trust. It seems to want to join you and you think, hope, you'll be allowed to keep it. We get a Riki, which is +1 skill on challenge wins, +1 to bonus to straights. During Pride Month. Pride Month is over. It's fine. You look the species up on your holopan and learn that Riki, so named for the trills they make, which yours is making now, cuddling against your leg, are neither male or female, though they do require a mate to reproduce. So it's a they, then. You decide to name them Riki, Ricky Ticky, Bright Eyes, Squidly Fetusin, or something else. So we get a good look at you. You're very cute. You have like a fungus, but also a tentacle thing going on. Ricky Ticky? You're back, yes. You know that with something else you can name it literally anything you want. And since you're alone in chat, you have the power. So we're staying with Rikki Tikki. Okay. I mean, again, you are alone. Rikki Tikki. The valiant mongoose, your new pet, Rikki Tikki, trills happily, popping up in the air excitedly at the prospect of more food. It isn't long before the sirens turn off, ringing 3 short pulses as the all-clear message flashes on your holopalm. You and the other children file out of engineering, and you head back to your quarters. Your parents will want to know that you're safe. You manage to smuggle your new pet Rikki under your jacket, and hide it under your bed before they arrive. Your dad gives you a big hug, but your mum slumps into a seat at your small table. It's like they were going specifically for geoponics this time, she mutters, but your dad pets your hair and shushes her. I'm sure it was just bad luck, Flulubel, he says, but your mum shakes her head and folds her hands in front of her mouth, staring out the porthole window at the fields. Okay, this is the stats that we have right now. And we are, finally, a teenager! Bravery is getting very close to... We need 5 more points for the upgrade. Hey there, Rikki Tikki. Oh, you're following us around now. Aww. No, I still think this is the better ones. Yeah, this is better as a helper. Right now, anyway. We don't really get... +1 skill on challenge win is very good, though. But the +1 to all flushes is very helpful, and we don't get straights all that often. We don't have enough 4 cards, I think, for that. We need more slots. Yes. And that I think we get by leveling up our organizing. Like, I think the organizing is the perk that gives us more slots. You catch Cal at the gate to the gardens. He's carrying a big bucket of rocks. Hi, Solace, he exclaims. He pauses to pat your pet on the head. And hello to you too, Rikki Tikki. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you there's a new park near Geoponics now, Cal says. We can run around all we want and nobody will say we're trampling the fields. You should come play there sometime. And bring Rikki Tikki, they'll love it. Relax in the park in Geoponics. Hell yeah. Tangent is standing still with her face held up to the sky, letting blue snowflakes land on her cheeks. They melt almost immediately. She doesn't move as you approach. After a minute, she winces and rubs her eyes. It stings, she says, because it's made of acid. Acid? Snow? Sounds gross, or... Ah! Run away from the acid snow! Acid... snow? Tang nods. The HoloNet entry says it isn't harmful. It freezes at 12 degrees Celsius and turns into tiny crystals that are so heavy they fall from the clouds. You can see them under a microscope. She sticks her tongue out and lets some of the flakes fall on it. It tastes kinda sour, but sweet, she observes. Fascinating. Tang pulls a sample jar out of her coat. We know what it's made of, but our understanding is incomplete, she says, and places the jar on an outcropping of rocks. The big mushrooms changed in shape and color before the snow began to fall. I wonder, is there some sort of signal that precedes the changing of the seasons? What happens if I expose samples collected in dust season to snow from quiet season? A small excited smile creeps across Tang's face. There's so much to learn about this planet. I can't wait. You and your brother are so much alike. Tang narrows her eyes. Yes, we used to get that a lot, she says. I guess it's still true. If you think sneaking out of the colony is the same as valid scientific research. She frowns at you. He's so dumb, she mutters and shoves her hands under her arms. He only cares about feelings, especially his own. That's not a bad thing. Oh yeah, is there something new? Can we go outside now? You step cautiously through the colony gates. Chief Surveyor Utopia stops you with a hand on your forehead. Whoa there, scamp! They'd kill me if I let you out of the colony. Sorry, kiddo. You'll have to wait till you're old enough. I know it's hard. Okay, still can't do that. I mean, we can sneak outside. I mean, I guess he could also care about other people's feelings a little bit more, like his sister. Yeah, like his sisters. Yeah. But she could also care about his feelings a little bit more. This gives us organizing. So if we want to get a new thing, I think this is the route for that. Shall we just... Wait. This gives us physical skill increases for 3 months. Organizing is not a perception is a physical skill. So that would give us perception up again, and we are getting closer to getting the 66 that I think we might need for the second one. Yeah, we're at 53 now. Yeah, deliver supplies. Ah! Is there anything nicer than freshly nanoprinted supplies? They're so warm and they have that new smell. Okay. The next carp becomes mental. That's pretty good. Then we don't use the one that gives us minus kudos. Right. Getting there. We're at 25 now. You wake to the sound of your parents arguing in hushed tones, clearly trying not to disturb you. You blink away the sleep from your eyes, eventually remembering, wait, isn't today your 13th birthday? Where's your birthday, Cuddles? Your parents always make a big deal about your birthday. You peek out through the privacy curtain on your bunk and listen in on their argument. You're being unreasonable, your mum says. Solace is a teenager now. You have to give them the opportunity to take calculated risks, or they'll start acting out. That's just what being a teenager is. Going off into the wilderness isn't a calculated risk, your dad replies. It's too dangerous. It's weird to hear your parents arguing. If they ever disagree, they sort it out quietly or go to mediation. This time they sound really upset. It's unsettling. I think I should... The danger isn't... You don't need to... The danger isn't... They glance at you. Your mom holds up her hand to silence you and goes right back to talking. Geranium, she grates, you've said yourself that we need every person out there surveying for edible native plants. You're even going yourself. Why not our child? Your dad flails his hands helplessly. Because, Flulu, they're our child. It's our responsibility to keep them safe. You're not keeping anyone safe by coddling them, your mum almost shouts, and your dad flinches in shock. Solace's survival depends on them understanding this planet we're living on. So you're not doing them or the colony any favors by pretending like that's not the case. Won't you two shut up, or I can take care of myself? Or stay quiet. We stay quiet. Anything you say would just make them more upset, and they're doing a good job of that all by themselves. But you're so angry with them right now. Why can't they act like proper parents? They argue for a little while longer before your dad raises his hands in defeat. Your mum's fierce expression softens. Hey Solace, sorry. It's your birthday today, and here we are arguing like a pair of arseholes. Happy birthday. They both give you a hug. We meant to order up from the canteen and have your usual birthday breakfast, but we got to talking about how Utopia's opened up positions in expeditions for kids 13 and older, and well, that's you now. I suppose we'll have to let you spread your wings someday, your dad relents. I just feel better knowing you were safe here inside the colony walls. He gives your mum a faint smile. We decided early on to let you choose your own path in life. So if you want to join expeditions, we're behind you. Just be safe. Unlocked explore nearby in expeditions. Guess I don't have to sneak out anymore. Hey Dad. You find your dad comparing some plant samples. When he sees you, he puts down the test tubes and gives you a big hug. Kiddo, he exclaims, then kneels down to look you in the eye. I've been thinking. I want to say I'm sorry your mum and I were arguing on your birthday. We disagree sometimes, just like every couple, but it's unfair that you had to see how the sausage gets made. Sausage. I don't have persuasion at all, so, it's okay. He pats you on the shoulder. Thanks for saying so, you're a great kid. Your mum and I talked it out, he continues. We're both just really putting our everything into the farm right now, and it's making us kinda snappy. You don't have to worry about it, okay? He squeezes you in a hug. If you want to join Utopia's exploration team, just be careful. It's dangerous out there. Do we need to get persuasion? Not necessarily. Like, we could, but we could also focus on skills that we already have, and we cannot get all the skills anyway. Our combat is also really, really bad still, because, like, not that many things give us combat skills at the moment. So, should we legally go outside then? Let's go outside legally. Hell yeah. Oh, survey the plains gives us 3 perception, 3 plus 1 animal and 1 friendship with this. That's also a thing now. But explore nearby, bravery, perception, and friendship with this. Let's do that. Utopia is working near the gates. This area has been deemed safe enough for kids to go for a hike, so long as you're back before dark and never go out during glow. There ain't a lot to see out there, she says. A logging camp, a few fields, and some nice lookouts. You've been out here before, but that was when you weren't supposed to, so you let her give you her advice anyway. Keep your eyes peeled for useful things like that there mushwood log. She points to a light, sturdy piece of wood by the side of the road. Lumber carrier must have dropped it. It's fairly safe out there, but that don't mean totally safe, she cautions. don't go too far. And if you see anything what scares ya, run like hell and make a ton of noise. She helps tighten the straps of your backpack. What you hoping to see out there, sweets? Stuff to collect, stuff to fight, I'm just checking things out, or nothing, it's boring. Just checking things out. Right on, Utopia says, patting you on the back. Spoken like a true explorer. Keep your eyes and ears open. You might learn something. Things grow pretty wild out there, she continues. If you've picked a place clean, give it a year. Bet it'll look like you were never there at all. But we have a pet now. I wonder if that changes anything. The muck hides interesting bugs and other treasure, for those willing to put their hands down down the right holes. Are you? Peek inside that hole or leave it be. Of course we peek. Looks dark. Look closer, put your hand in there. On second thought, nope. Look closer. Yeah, Twitch being twitchy again, huh? You've stuck your hand down enough holes to know this one seems occupied. Put your hand in there or nah? Okay. We didn't put our hand in there, that's fine. Let's do this challenge. Some farmland has spilled outside the walls. The fields don't look like they're doing very well. Nobody's around right now. In fact, it looks a bit abandoned. Nothing's growing here anymore. There isn't even enough for animals to graze on. Try to plant something or ignore it. Yeah, that still gave stress. Everything gives stress if you talk to it, so I thought that might be the case. Try to plant something. What are you doing rooting around over here? Utopia comes striding out of the forest, a big grin on her face. Are you farming? You're in the wrong place. These fields haven't been worked in years. Everyone's moved inside the walls, sweets. She kicks a clod of great pink dirt. Soil's just not good enough to get out here for growing earth crops. Besides, the animals get to it faster than we can chase them away. Try reporting to geoponics if you'd like to help out. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, we've seen you before. This hopper is actually really strange. It's acting really strange. It won't let you pass. It suddenly starts flailing around like there is something wrong with it, even though it was fine a second ago. It keeps pausing to look at you, then goes back to flailing. What's its deal? Push past it or find another way around. We're doing the challenge. +2 to animals. You stop trying to get past it and just listen. Oh, you can hear little squeaking noises from nearby. It's probably warning you away from its nest. You carefully avoid the nest while speaking in soothing tones. The agitated little guardian titters warnings at you, but eventually lets you by. Perception is getting really close to that second pip. The unseen path dips under your feet, engulfing you up to the hip in a large drift of fresh sparks now. You lose a boot while floundering in the snowbank and have to spend time digging it out. Dig through it. +1 to physical cards. Pretty good start. Don't have a 4 in this at all. Oh no, we do have a 4. Wait a second. 3, 4, 5, 6. Didn't you have a diamond? No, never mind. I thought you had a gem. Well, I can do better. Four, 5, 6. 2, 3. No, wait. Well, let's do the straight. Not as big a straight as it could have been, but... Perception is at... 65. One more perception point and we have it. There we go, never mind. You tunnel through the weird snow, popping your head up at regular intervals to see where you're going. Some funny creatures pop out of the snow to say hello. They look like pillbugs, and they are only about the size of your thumbnail. They appear to be eating the snow, not you, so we leave them alone. Every so often, they square up with each other and emit a tiny burst of flames. You can't tell if it's an intimidation tactic or a mating display. You'd heard the snow was flammable. Huh, neat. We get Playing in the Snow, which is a +3 card. Collectibles respawn faster and more slots are filled. Interesting. Yeah, one last one. As you come to a bend in the path, movement catches the corner of your eye. There's something up on top of a nearby mushroom cap tree. You can't quite tell what it is, but is that a person? Someone is peering over the edge of the mushroom cap above you. You can't quite see their eyes, but you get an impression of long dark hair and an enormous mocking grin. I wouldn't go that way if I were you, they warn playfully. They have a deep musical accent you don't recognize. A stranger? That's impossible. You're the only people around for thousands of light years. And what the heck is he doing out here? You feel a chill going up your spine. Ignore him and move on quickly or find another way. We've done the find another way before. That doesn't get rid of the question mark, and we can come back later and ask him what the deal is, but then he is gone, I think. We have not done ignore him and move on quickly, I think. But I don't remember. We definitely, last time we had this one, I think we said find another way, came back later, and he was gone. So we ignore him this time. You round the bend cautiously, expecting more slapgrass like the last time. None. You advance cautiously through some thick underbrush. Suddenly you hear the growl of a manticore, practically beside you. Damn. Your next thought is, how do I get down from this tree? And shortly after that, how did I get up into this tree? You're embarrassed, but at least you've outrun the manticore, if there even was one. You two worn out and tired. Time to go home. Right. Bravery is up at 30 now. That's good. No collectible today. Right, rest time. Didn't we get a new relaxing thing here? Relax in the park, that's new. Let's do that then. Oh, also we can now apply to work as a farmer. And that doesn't cost energy, so let's just do that. Let's do the apply to work as a farmer first. You ask your mom if they're still looking for people for that farming job. Sure, kiddo, she tells you. That's assuming you've been studying up on your biology. School comes fast. I'm ready. Your mom claps you on the back. Oof, she's just as strong as she looks. Great, she says. Come see me in geoponics when you're ready to start. It'll be more fun than wheeling dirt around, I promise. Unlocked farming in geoponics. Which, work on the farm... It doesn't even tell me how much that gives me because I'm too worn out. Relaxing the park. You and Cal walk through the park, a special place set aside for growing ornamental plants from Earth. It was grown from a precious seed bank, preserved for over 20 years aboard the Stratospheric before their mother started planting them here on Vitamna. Almost nothing here is grown for food, though many of them are technically edible. It's so green here, Cal says, stopping to smell a bush of fist-sized red flowers with velvety petals. Wow, they smell so sweet! It's so weird. My mum worked really hard on this. This is such a waste of space, or it's so peaceful. So peaceful. Cal breathes deep, a funny smile on his face. It really is. This is one of my favorite places in the whole colony. You can really feel the love in every plant. One pretty white flower in particular is flourishing here. The astrantia, your mother's favorite. It seems to be growing faster than even native plants do, covering the paths and bluffs with tiny white stars. You practically have to push clumps of it aside in some places just to make sure you don't crush any. Good thing it's so beautiful. Yeah, we're taking the wandering off because this one at least gives us something. Goodbye, wandering. It is early pollen now. Hello, egg. Your dad was sniffing and Oh damn, that is so blurred. Your dad was sniffing and sneezing pretty bad this morning. He collapsed around this time last year, so you've been feeling anxious about his health, especially now that the pollen is back. He's working hard in the fields, respirator hanging from his neck as he grunts and shovels dirt into a wheelbarrow. He sees you coming and stands up straight, coughing a little as he stretches his back. Hey kiddo, what brings you out here? Dad, you have to wear your respirator. Working hard or hardly working? He's so blurry. This can't be good for him. Dad, you have to wear your respirator. Your dad makes blah 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 motions with his hands. I do. Don't look at me like that. I'm just getting some fresh air. It's hard to breathe with that thing on. I'm racing to get these pixie beans in the ground, he continues. We're all set to have a great harvest in time for Ventamnalia. He leans on his shovel, tucking one foot behind the other and rocking back and forth. Truth is, I've been working like a dog. I'd love to get out of here for a while. Hey, what do you say you and I go for a little walk? He says, brightening. I know you don't get outside the walls much either, but we could do a little nature walk. I study all the plants the foragers bring back, but I've never really seen them in the wild. What? No way, it's dangerous out there. You want to go outside? Oh, sounds great. I'm also wondering, like, at some point we're gonna be a child again. And reset the game from the beginning. But will we keep our stats, I wonder? Please tell me he won't die on that walk. I mean, I don't know. I guess let's go. He better be okay. So, last option? Sounds great. I'm so worried for him as well. I also wonder, because otherwise this will be a lot of work. Yeah, we'll see. Eventually. Sounds great. Awesome, your dad exclaims. I knew you'd pick up with what I'm throwing down. Your mom doesn't see the draw, he continues, flipping his shovel up onto his shoulder and picking his way carefully out of the turned fields. She likes what she can control, you know, But there's a whole planet out there, and I want to go explore. He stops and doubles over, suddenly racked with a coughing fit that makes him unable to speak. He tries a few times to catch his breath, but each time he just starts coughing harder. The pink pollen in the air swirls and eddies around you both. Maybe you should stay indoors, or a walk will do you good. Dad, please put on that respirator. It's there for a reason. Specifically for people like you who are suffering from the pollen. There's fungus growing in your lungs, Father. Last time he almost died, yes. Very much so. Maybe you should stay indoors. Oh, your dad wheezes. You're just like Instance, that old stick in the mud. I remember when we were younger, she was always walking around with her nose in everyone's business. She always thinks she knows what's best for people. Despite his brave words, he has to hold on to you for balance as he catches his breath again. We can at least suggest it. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, maybe now's not the best... the best time, he gasps, finally putting his respirator back on. But, you and me, we have a date with the outside world, kiddo. I'm taking a rain check. Whew, he says, his eyes red-rimmed and streaming from irritation. I can't wait until Instance figures out a treatment for this shimmer thing. She says maybe next year, maybe the one after that. I'm gonna be first in line, you bet. Yeah, I hope so. Please don't die. We've had enough death in this game so far. Okay, no other globals here. We could work our new job, which gives us 10 kudos. Biology and toughness. Biology is getting fairly close to the cut to the pip as well. So let's try that out, shall we? It's a proud day for your mum. You're finally following in her footsteps. She meets you at the gate out to the gardens. Hello, Sprout, she says, sounding chipper. Come on, we've got a lot to cover before you'll be able to keep up with the rest of us. Finally, some real farming. Your mum shows you around the fields and the geoponics domes. You'll mostly be working in the fields with the heartier earth crops like the potatoes and the corn, as well as the native plants we've managed to cultivate. Wow, there are some native crops mixed in with the ones from Earth. Incredible. You spend the rest of the day pulling weeds and watering plants. You're dirty up to your waist by the time you're finished, but it's good, honest work. You're proud to be able to do something that helps out the colony. Cal gives you a high five and invites you for a cool drink in the cafeteria. All the other agriculturists join you. Of all the places in the colony you've worked, geoponics is the most like a family. Maybe because they've always been your family, thanks to your mum and dad. 5 kudos if totally equals the goal. I can't make it happen, I don't think. No, this is worse. Was it? Yeah. With this hunt, I can't make it happen. That could help. This does help. And that is the equal of the goal. Yeah. For biology, we're almost there. +2 to a card would have also worked, yeah. Right. We are 3 away with bravery and 2 away with biology. Is there anything that gives us both? I don't think so. Oh, and organizing we also still wanted to get more points in. That gives us toughness, not bravery. We get bravery definitely from going outside. But right now is also not the best time of going outside. Like, as in, our energy isn't quite full. Do one more working so that we get the biology pip, and then do like 2 months of organizing for the... Or the other way around really makes more sense if the organizing is the thing that gives us another slot for our gear. But first I'm gonna take a quick bio break. Be back in a sec. I'm back. Okay, organizing first. Yeah, makes sense. Then we deliver some supplies. You attend a secret Fun Times Club meeting. Mars brings the meeting to order. Tang reads the minutes of the previous club meeting. First order of business is that I am instituting a new rule, Mars says and then clears her throat. Rule 5. All members of the SFC must wear uniforms to all club meetings. She taps her hollow palm and shows you her uniform idea. Black pants and dark blue shirts with high necklines and billowing at the cuffs. She definitely designed them according to her own taste. I love it, no way, or... Okay, but let us design better ones. Okay, but let us design better ones. Got us a creativity point as well. Nice. You spend the next hour designing a club uniform and everyone takes part. It becomes ridiculously elaborate. Cal insists it should include huge cowboy hats for some reason. Mars gets into a heated fight with Anemone over the type of shoes to allow until Tang calculates how many kudos it will cost to print one of these uniforms on a nanoprinter, and you already realize you couldn't afford them anyway. You come to a compromise. Instead of uniforms, you'll all wear a lapel pin with the club's logo. You spend the rest of the meeting designing SFC pins and printing them on a nanoprinter. If anyone doesn't have the kudos, Mars pays for them without complaint. That's nice. And that's a +1 for each gem on other cards card with a 2 on it. Nice. 26, 5 kudos of total equals goal. Let's see what we have. +1 if this is the highest value. We can't make that happen. We can't make the 5 kudos for the equal goal happen as well, I don't think. If we take anything off, it'll go away. If we switch these around and thus remove the straight, maybe? No, not enough. We have 4 points. No. Yeah, but then I have to use a card for it. I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, I would have to use one of my resources, and I think I'd rather keep them around. We still, like, win the challenge, after all. And we do have a lot of kudos. I think we can buy everything that the store has right now anyway. And we got one more organizing point as well, because we did do the thing where we got one of the best possible... Yeah. One of the best possible outcomes, I think. Yeah. You're getting older. It's that magical time in your life, full of discoveries and possibilities, when children become adults and their bodies change in weird, wonderful, and often embarrassing ways. When you were younger, Congruence gave your class a frank presentation about preparing for the changes your body would experience in the next few years. Which part of the presentation was relevant to you? Menstruating, breast growth, voice changing, getting erections. None of it. I'm like a doll down there. Good. Barbie and Ken syndrome. Protag. None of it. I'm like a doll down there. Isn't that the goal? Thanks to Genetech, your body doesn't need to conform to expectations for sex and gender. It's the future. Thank you. You and your friends giggled your way through Congruence's presentation and left with a new appreciation for the wonders of the human body. Puberty had felt like something that would happen so far in the future that it didn't apply to you. You put it out of your mind even as you noticed Cal's voice begin to drop, or Ma starting to dress differently. Until one morning you wake up and something feels different. You can tell you're in a weird mood because you even before you even open your eyes. The sound of your parents moving around your quarters irritates you. Why can't they be quiet? Why do you all have to live in the same room? Can't they just leave you alone? You throw back your privacy curtain and snap at them to shut up! Your mom and dad blink at you in shock for a few seconds, then your mom's face goes red. Excuse me, kid? You do not speak to people like that. Screw off or you're not the boss of me! That thing that Mips' sister did a while back where she told her parents to stop breathing so loudly. You're not the boss of me. Your mum opens her mouth to yell at you, but your dad raises his hands for peace. Hey now, let's walk it back a bit, he says diplomatically. Solace, you can't expect total silence when we all live together like this. If you're cranky in the mornings, you need to go to bed earlier. Teenagers need more sleep. Your mum opens her mouth again, but your dad continues. Flulu, we'll try to be quieter. Solace is telling us that they are starting to need more space, right? He's so reasonable, it just makes you even more angry. How dare he try to understand? You roll over in bed and sulk until they leave. You end up sulking for so long that you miss the window for breakfast in the canteen, so now you're hungry and upset. You scroll the colony social media to try to take your mind off whatever is going on with you today, and happen to see a photo of your friends hanging out together in the construction lot beside engineering. That makes it worse. Your friends are having fun without you. Even though you chose to skip breakfast, it feels like personal insult. How dare they? Don't they know you're sad? What is happening? You feel on edge today. Like everything that happens feels so unfair and tragic. Like you want to punch stuff and then cry about it. Like you want to be left alone, but you also desperately want attention. It feels like the fount of new energy is starting to bubble up inside you. Dangerous, uncontrollable energy. Welcome to puberty, Solace. Gain status, hormones. Teenage hormones are making you brave and rebellious. Rebellion increases tripled. Hell yeah. We are at 40 rebellion. I mean, might as well. And furthermore, your attitude towards your elders in general is entirely disrespectful. You find Udicott delivering a scathing reprimand to Mars, who is doing her level best to look like she'd rather be anywhere else. You speak out of turn, you question the council's decisions. If you disagree with an order, you simply do not do it. I could go on. Do you need me to go on? Mars scowls. No, she replies. Udicott clicks her tongue. I honestly thought better of you, Marzipan, she chastises. You have the sort of natural leadership ability I remember from when I was a girl, many years ago. Mars doesn't roll her eyes, but you get the sense it's a close call. You need to set a better example for the other children, Udicott continues. It's okay to have your own opinions, but you kids can't just do whatever you want. You have to follow the rules and respect your elders. I am setting a good example, Mars retorts, stomping her foot. Hello? The only reason we're here is because a bunch of people knew living on Earth was nonsense and decided to do something different. Udicott looks scandalized, but Mars just continues on. Maybe kids should have more authority. We're the ones with the new ideas that will take us into the future. Mars is right. Hey, don't speak for all of us or stay quiet and respectful. Mars is right. We get 15 rebellion for that. See, Mars insists, everyone agrees with me. You might be on Vatumna, but your ancient old brain is still stuck back on Earth. She takes a deep breath for a moment, seems much older. Governor Udicott, we need higher walls and more aggressive farmland clearing, and we need it now. Are we here to stay on this planet, or will we just sit around until the jungle swallows us back up? Udicott's mouth opens and closes a few times, then she puts her hand onto her forehead. Both of you get back to your duties, she sighs. Marzipan, we will talk about this later, in private. For once I'm actually on her side. Also, I don't like the Elder. Fair enough on both of these parts. But yeah, it was about time for us to get a bit more rebellious. Nothing here either? Yeah. Okay. More organizing then. Organizing your hover lift is so calming. You have to make sure the weight is stable so it doesn't list to the side, but you also want your first deliveries on the top and sides so that they are easily accessible, and some deliveries are fragile and have to be on top. It's like a puzzle game and you're getting pretty good at it. Get to work. This card will become mental. Do we have gems? We do have gems. So you're basically a 4. Meaning we don't have a 3. +1 to challenges, but that doesn't mean anything. Oh wait. I'm gonna draw a card, see if that helps. Yeah, that does help. We should be fairly close now to the organizing, getting an upgrade. Yes, one more. Mars calls the meeting of the Secret Funtime Club together. She declares it's time to put the secret part of this SFC into effect. You're going to play spies. First of all, the adults know something about the attacks in Glow that they're not telling us, Mars asserts. There's a council meeting starting soon, just down the hall. We're going to investigate. Anemone crosses her arms. Not gonna do it, she says. I didn't sign up for any get in trouble club. It's insulting to think that the adults are hiding information from us, Tang points out. If there's something dangerous out there, we should all know. Yeah, Cal agrees. If something is making the animals attack us, maybe we can help figure it out. That way, we don't have to hurt the animals. Tang rolls her eyes. I want to be a spy. Spying is wrong. I don't want to get in trouble. I thought yeah, Anemone. I don't know. I also thought that Anemone would jump at that chance. If anybody would disagree with breaking the rules here, I think it would be Tang? Not Anemone. I want to be a spy. Mars nods. Okay, whoever wants to come, follow me and stay quiet. You, Tang, and Cal join her. You, Tang, Cal, and Mars creep down the hall toward the council room. It's still empty. Good. Mars pulls a small crystal object out of her pocket and shows it to you. It sort of resembles your holopalm. She whispers, it's a 3D camera, like the kind they use to record holovids. Solace is going to hide it in the council room. Why me? Sweet, time to use my ninja skills. Or I'm not sure about this. Sweet, time to use my ninja skills. Just make sure nobody sees you, Mars says and drops the crystal into your palm. Mars nudges you forward. Then the three of them giggle and scurry back to the club room. You're on your own. Pretend to be cleaning, try to sneak in, or don't do it after all. There is a chance, based on former experiences, that will give us an organizing point. But I can't promise that. This is just me guessing. Let's try pretend to be cleaning. You grab a static mop from a panel in the wall and vigorously wipe the floor as you enter the empty council room. You work your way over to the potted antler fan and drop the crystal into the pot while pretending to dust it. Success. You casually make your way back out of the room and rejoin the others. Mars beams at you. Good work, Solace. Now... Oh, shh, it's starting. The four of you watch the feet on your hollow palm as the council members enter the room. They start with some formalities, not all that different from how Mars starts your club meetings. Antecedent gives the first report on domestic matters. We've almost finished construction on the next phase of the living area, she says. Other than that, we're doing well. Instance gives the report from engineering. We've researched the electrical bugs the children discovered had been chewing through the wiring, she says impassively. Even in great numbers, they provide far too little energy to make them a viable alternative energy source. However, power efficiency is up across the board due to our efforts in exterminating them. Your mum clears her throat. What was that? Something just fell down. Your mum clears the throat. Good news from geoponics for once, she says, cracking a rare smile. Our first crop of pixie beans is in the ground, and our initial readings seem promising. Come Vertumnalia, we'll be eating beans morning, noon, and night. Udicott gives your mother her full endorsement. Red gives the report from defense. We're working on a strategy for dealing with the next Xeno attack. Utopia cuts in. On that note, there's still the matter of our scanners picking up that broadcast, but only in glow season, she says, standing up and putting her hand on the table. It has to be connected to the attacks somehow. We should investigate. Now. Udicott shakes her head. It's far too dangerous to go recklessly off into the wilderness towards the back half of the year, she says. Remember what happened to Tonin? The other council members go quiet. I won't be responsible for endangering more colonists, Udicott continues. If something is out there during glow, I want to try to investigate it when things are more calm. Utopia slams her fist against the table. If we don't investigate soon, we'll all be in danger, she shouts. We can't keep living like this. Red also stands up and points his finger at Utopia. I'll be the one responsible for telling the family of your explorer that they didn't make it back, not you. So I'll thank you not to make decisions regarding the security of the colony. The rest of the council erupts into raised voices and angry adults. Mars turns off the stream audio, leaving them to continue arguing silently as you all stare quietly at each other. I can't believe they're arguing at a time like this, Mars mutters, clenching her fist. They don't know what to do at all. They just tell us they do. She makes a noise of frustration. Udicott is way out of touch with what really matters. She's like a crone, and everyone else is just her cronies. Tang solemnly records your findings in the club's secret ledger, while everyone else exchanges worried looks. You're not so sure you are happy you heard any of this. Get to work. Important lesson. Yeah. Okay. I have 2 5s here. Well, it's basically a 3. Okay. That works. We got the organizing pip. And 10 kudos. Hell yeah. It's Vertumnalia. Time for speeches, games, and feasting. You stare hungrily at the feast table. Sure, it's mostly soy rations, but it's still more food than you usually see all at one time. This year, though, there's something new. Great big terrines of glowing beans. Weird. You try to sneak some food before the speeches start, but Chief Engineer Instance catches you and smacks your hand away. Your mum gets really mad at her, and it causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the table as Instant blames your mum for the way things are right now, whatever that means. Your dad passes you a soy sweet to keep your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. Governor Udicott takes the stage and manages to calm everyone down. Welcome, everyone, to our 4th Vertamnalia celebration, she says, speaking through a mexophono. Her voice has been getting weaker lately and can't reach across the square the way it used to. I'm proud as always to stand before you as your governor and to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity on this beautiful planet. Udicott steps aside, wobbling a little as she walks, leaving Zeke to complete the annual formalities. Your mum steps forward. This year's feast includes a new glow-in-the-dark food. Pixie beans are our first domesticated vitamin crop. The crowd applauds and your mum raises her hands. Credit goes to Geranium. He insisted that we dedicate a third of our fields to them. So you'll also have him to thank for the light show in your toilets tonight. Maybe she should retire, yes. A smattering of laughter ripples through the crowd. Your dad chuckles nervously. Your mum's smile fades. As you know, we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil during the wormhole accident, she says. These pixie beans will make up for losses we've faced with our earth crops. Udicott's weedy voice rattles through the mexophono. Thank you, everyone. Let's get on with the games. The crowd packs away the chairs as the children gather in the square. Which competition do you participate in this year? Now, we do get a +1 for all our cards on toughness challenges. Bot Quadron needs toughness 20 or greater. Yeah, we do have the points for that. So talent show or science fair or bot quadrathlon. Also, let's just check if I can already put in a new thing. Yes, I can. Okay, let's do that. No, I cannot. Okay. Sadness. So. Yeah, I tried. But we do have the new slot now. So after this, we can put in the pet. And for next time, we know to do organizing earlier so that we have more slots immediately. Two, because we don't have that much in yellow? That's fair. Or bots because we have a bonus on it. I mean, your choice. The bot, we have a better chance of winning, to be honest. But we also still have a lot of bonus cards. Alright, bot quadrathlon. Com directs your attention to this year's edition. A cloth-covered mountain as tall as 4 adults, studded with mysterious protrusions. He pulls it back to reveal the Tower of Terror, he announces with a flourish. Test your courage with 3 stories of ladder climbs, followed by a death-defying leap of faith onto the puff shroom mats. You could try to get more yellow stuff outside of this then. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, bravery we wanted to do next because that's almost there. You, Anemone, and Cal take in the majesty of the Tower of Terror. Both of them are hooting and pumping their fists, absolutely bonkers about jumping from 3 stories. You'll all still be doing the wrestling, agility, and accuracy portions of the course, but clearly this is the winner by popular vote. How about you? Are you ready? I mean, we'll see. Yes, he is the older brother of Anemone. Oh, wait, we can make it straight. 2, 3, 4. That's as good as it gets on this round. God, we really need to get rid of this card. For each gem, +1 for each gem. Yeah. We can do 1 gem this round. Or another straight. And keep those for the last round. This doesn't look too good, by the way. We'll see. Now this is more like it. Couple more good cards. We have 1 card with a gem on it. This would get us a couple more points, definitely. And it also would change that, like if we use that on the 5, on the blue 5, then we would suddenly have a red 7. Okay, so let's just use that on the 5. Right. And then we just use a mushlog on this, and we have 39, right? Five kudos if totally equals goal. -1 kudos. Yep. You blow through the obstacle course, the basket shooting and the bot wrestling with ease, and you arrive at the base of the Tower of Terror with a determined gleam in your eye. You scale it easily, of course. It's only ladders. Sure, it's really high ladders and a huge jump, but you just close your eyes and pretend you're jumping into a great big vat of pudding. Come awards your first place in the quadrathlon. Congratulations! Botathlon champion. And we get the status popular again. Hell yeah. This is kudos doubled for 3 months. Finally, it's time for the feast. The pixie beans are a hit. Your parents keep touting their many benefits. They grow well here, they're super nutritious, taste great, they're really versatile, and kids love their bright multicolored glow. Your rumbling stomach has made you grouchy. Your parents won't let you eat until they finally stop bragging about their dumb beans. You consider the options. Pixie bean soup, pixie bean salad, pixie bean chili, even pixie bean aquafaba dessert. Everything glows in the evening twilight. You sullenly shove your pixie bean everything around on your plate. You don't even want to eat them anymore. Stupid beans, stupid feast, stupid games, stupid everyone. Ugh! Every time someone turns to talk to you, especially about how great these beans are and how great your parents are for growing them, you just get more irritated. They're just beans. It's like they love these beans more than they love you. You're probably just hungry. Screw these stupid beans or eat your pixie beans. Eat your damn beans, kid. You want to rebel against these stupid beans, but the truth is, you're too hungry to resist. You count backwards from 10 to calm yourself down, so you don't blow up at your mum. Why is she smiling all the time? Ugh! You settle on glowering at her over your plate of glowing beans. She notices, but just purses her lips and turns away from you to talk to someone else. Rude. You shovel food into your mouth, trying not to look like you're enjoying it. Okay, it is as delicious as everyone said, and you start to feel more human the more you eat. Right, yeah, food. Food is great. We get a grand feast, +2 to cards with gems, hell yeah. You do feel better after you eat something. Everyone's in high spirit after dinner, breaking off into little groups to talk or make music together as the sky darkens for the shortest night of the year. You feel your mood improve by the minute as your friends pull you into a fun rhyming clapping game. As your irritation fades, you wonder if this is what congruence meant when she warned that your hormones would make you feel out of control sometimes. When you go back to your quarters to get ready for bed, your dad gives you a big hug. It's exactly what you needed. Let's do that then. +1 skill on challenge win and +1 bonus to straights. That'll make some things easier. Let's just look around whether there is anything. No. But, question is, let's just look at our statuses. Clear-minded, you've got no stress or worries. +10 to get a bonus. A 10% chance to get a bonus +1 on increasing skills. Popular, kudos are doubled for 3 months. The question is, our energy is as full as it will get ever. Should we just go outside? There is 7 collectibles and 10 events. Also a boss event. Boss events are new. And that will give us the bravery that we need for leveling this up, probably. Almost definitely. It's yellow and bravery, yes. Explore nearby. Okay, there's stuff. You stop for lunch, eating an earth treat grown from your own greenhouses. A watermelon, nice and sweet like a more solid potato pod. You munch away, spitting out the seeds. Practice spitting seeds or just relax? We practice spitting seeds. You take the challenge seriously, lining up targets and in keeping score. Your aim improves. +1 combat, hell yeah. Don't mind if I do. Oh hey, you again. You spot a group of hop-eyes playing in a clearing. They let you get pretty close to watch them chatter to each other and rub noses. They're all friends, just like people, but they hop away when you get too close. Walk through their territory or turn back. We're doing the challenge. We're doing the challenge. We really need to get rid of that card. Okay. Yeah, pretty good start. This will never be the highest value. Yup. That is so much. The Hopeyes are wary at first, but you crouch down and copy their cute little squeaking noises. You bounce towards them, and amazingly, they don't hop away. You play with the Hopeyes for a few minutes before moving on. Cute little guys. You walk into a clearing and immediately stop on your track. There's a Unisaur here. You've seen them before, but they still fill you with a sense of awe. Oh my god, if we had 20 combat, we could attack it. Be as quiet as possible, eat some snacks while you watch, or leave. Something something who slays a unicorn becomes cursed something something. Same rule probably applies to Unisaurs. Challenge. We be quiet. Oh wait, you are unchangeable. So 1, 2, and 3. Oh, we don't have anything with... Yeah, might as well do this then. We're already there. Hehe. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. As you settle in to watch it from behind a strand of mush trees, the Unisaur looks up towards you, startled by your movement. You try to hold perfectly still and quiet your breathing. After a tense moment, it goes back to its business. First, it sniffs out a good tree and drops the scent glands on its neck against it thoroughly. Then it pees, like a crystal waterfall on a rock. Everything it does seems magical. We had that before. Next, it sharpens its horn against the rock, which is scored with marks from having done it before. This must be its favorite sharpening rock. You notice the bulge in its stomach. It must have a real meal recently. Eventually, it curls up for a nap. This is a magical place. Yeah, we have done this before. You spot a suspiciously regular amount of dirt. Maybe something is buried here. Could be dangerous though. Dig it up immediately or poke it with a stick. Last time, I think we dug it up and it was nothing. But I don't quite remember. I think it was nothing. We dig it up. You fearlessly dive in, digging with your gloved hands. Turns out it's just a pile of dirt, nothing more. Yep, was nothing. A nearby pond has dammed up and washed out the path here. The path continues on the other side. We bravely jump over it, of course. It should be easy enough. 5, 5, and 5. Yup. We need 10 more points. Let's see. And yes, that should push us over the edge for bravery. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're already at the super goal. Yep, we got the pip. You bravely fall in and get wet. You flounder towards the other side, soaked but victorious. New perk. Extra card draw. Draw an extra card at the start of a challenge. That affects stacks. That's cool. That's very helpful. You're minding your own business when you stumble into... It's so hot. The two suns are beating down on you. The ground is cracked and parched, and so are you. Ahead is a long stretch with no trees. Just the merciless heat of the sun scorching the ground. Spot a stream to drink from. Look for a shady route through it. Perception challenge? Let's go. Even though we're also already so good at it. I mean, we are still not at 100, so... You know. +2 to cards with gems. We don't have cards with gems right now. I mean, 4, 4. 4. Yep, thought so. And all of them are blue as well. We're already at the super goal. You spend some time going the long way around, taking shelter under some mush trays. It's still sweltering in the shade, but not as bad. I did not count how many challenges we've done. You come across a cluster of mush trees. They're not fully grown yet, but they're still pretty big. It might be good to harvest them before they get all gross and mushy during the rainy season. Cut down some trees or give them a friendly pat, which I think was something that gives us an animal point. Like the patting, I think, gives us experience for animals. Because there should be animals on the bark that we then pet. I think. But we could also definitely cut down some mushlock tree logs to get some of that. We cut down enough trees? Fair enough. You like the mush trees. You give one a pat and are surprised when it moves under your hand. It's not the tree though, but a camouflage creature lying against the trunk. It's small and looks a little like an octopus or a starfish. Lots of long legs wrapped around the tree like it's giving it a hug. +1 in animal and +1 in perception. Yes. Was it you? Like, this type of creature? The planet is full of all sorts of bugs. Little wrigglers, hopping beetles, shining creepers, and snaily things. Oh my. You crouch in the long grass and explore a square meter in great detail. There's so much to see. You don't even know what any of these things are. They might not even have names yet. Touch one or just watch? Don't remember what we did. But also another animal point. We're getting close to the Pippin animals as well. Biology and animals are now very, very close. Just watch. You stare with big eyes at the wonders of the natural world. You're too worn out and tired to continue, you have to go home now. Okay. That was very successful. What kind of relaxed thing do you want to do? The park, the wall, or the lounge? You think park? Let's do park. You play with your Riki Tiki, hanging out with them just outside the walls. It's uneventful, which is exactly what you needed. You try to teach them some simple commands. Stay, follow, speak. It's adorable watching them tilt their head from side to side when they're trying to figure out something out. They don't seem to really get it, but you get the impression they're trying. You quickly realize the Riki must be named after the sound they make when they're happy. A whirring clicking noise. For a weird spider tentacle creature, it's really cute. We get plus creativity and +1 bond with the pet. What's that mean? This wants to get rid of one of our stronger cards. Let's just look at the cards. We have so many, like, baby time memories left. Why not get rid of them? Like the harvesting mushroot, at least we have twice. Yeah, why not the smaller cards? That's a good fucking question. Well, then keep them. Okay. Early wet. Which means it's Miles' birthday again. And we still haven't found out what Cal likes. No, not Cal. Diz. Bravery 40. We don't quite have that. 36. Do you like this? This is uncharacteristically excited about the roots. They're so colorful. I've never seen roots like these before. What kind of plant are those from? Okay, he likes medicinal roots. So does his sister. I mean, there's no option for going with that, but haha, we have enough for that now. It is kind of cute. Hey, Sunberry, your dad greets you. Working hard or hardly working? He laughs and ruffles your hair. Well, lassoing a float cow. +1 for each gem on other cards. We don't have many cards with gems, but still. Your dad is working with the float cows. One of them is sick and isn't producing enough urine as ballast, and it keeps wanting to float away. Your dad is building a spike so that he can tie her down until she feels better. You hold onto the leash, feeling like a little kid with a balloon. A big, woolly, gassy balloon. It looks down at you with placid, unblinking eyes. You can see yourself refracted in them. Weird. Neat. The next one needs animal 40 or higher. Oh! Doing the paperwork? Tell her what you learned today. Well, you haven't really been in school for a while, or even in engineering, but you tell your mom about some paperwork you had to deal with. You're pretty good at organizing, so it was easy. Do you even know why we call it paperwork, your mom loves? It's true, it's not like you're sorting actual paper. Back on Earth, we used to have to use paper too. Nah, never mind. She slaps you on the back. Good for you for having your your head together. Needs organizing 3 or greater. 40 or greater, was it? Yeah, 40. What about the others? You still need persuasion for your card? Yeah. All cards become 1. I don't even want that card. Biology 20 or greater. Hop-eye facts. +1 duplicate when drawn. Want to hear a fun nature fact? You recently overheard the children learning how to count by studying hop-eyes. Hop-eye have 1 foot and 2 tail forks and 3 stomachs and 4 eyes. And if you see 5 of them together, that's lucky, Cal laughs, finishing the mnemonic with you. Wait, how did you find out that hop-eyes have 3 stomachs? I don't want to know. Needs 40 biology. New perk. Native botany. Unlocks xenobotany research in geoponics. Hell yeah. Needs 40 toughness. 36. They cut it open. Yeah, probably. Needs 40 reasoning. But yeah, we're getting somewhere. 40 bravery. So explore the xenobotany lab. Hey kiddo, your dad says, looking up from his work desk where he's dissecting a huge bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me that separator? I've really got my hands in things here. You hand him the tool, which he uses to wedge open some sort of weird stoma-like opening inside the bell. Stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pools on the desk. Whoa, he exclaims. I thought I'd drained this little beauty. Can you get a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juice. Yuck. It's sticky and smells like rotting vegetables. When you're done, he looks at you with pride. You know, I've been thinking of getting one of you kids to come help me out with researching the native plants, he says. You think you might be able to break off some time to help your old man in the lab? I know you've been studying biology, he adds. It's not as glamorous as genetech research, with instance, but it is important. He grins. Let me talk to your mum about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a fan of alien plants, you know. If it were up to her, we'd fill these greenhouses with earth plants and nothing else. But there's gotta be more on this planet that we can cultivate. If you find any cool plants while you're exploring, bring them here and we can take a look at them. We unlocked xenobotany. That gives 2 biology, 2 organizing, 1 friendship with Cal, 15 kudos, and that's my best paying job. Yeah. Alright, shall we try that out then? So that we've done it. . And then we should probably call it at night. Research xenobotany. Your dad introduces you to the little lab they have set up in one of the greenhouses. It's incredible, he says, gesturing all around him. We're surrounded by alien flora, and we know practically nothing about it. What's edible? What's medicine? What can we make fibers with? What's medicine? What can we make fibers with with or build with or use in ways we haven't thought of yet? He beams at you. You and me, we're gonna find out, my little potato. Your dad directs you to the research bench. And here's where you'll be working. The bench is buried under samples and beakers and weird-looking alien sprouts. More than just a simple table, the analysis bench is covered with buttons and little holes you could put things into. Don't touch anything, carefully find the on switch, stick something in a hole, press buttons at random. It is already very late, yeah. Carefully find the on switch. There is no on switch. Yep, you looked everywhere. Press buttons at random? You mash all the table buttons until... Yo, 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 kiddo! It's congruence. The friendly ship's computer beams at you from her own holo screen set into the bench. Of course she's here. She's the guardian of all knowledge in the colony, after all. You wonder who she got yo 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 from? Your dad laughs. Don't tell anyone, but congruence is the real brains of the operation, he confesses, though it's not like it's a secret. She'll make sure we don't do anything super dangerous, which means you and I get to focus on experimentation. If you follow the rules and stick to what you already know, you won't learn anything new. So don't be afraid to try stuff. You bring your mushwood samples into the lab. You're going to study these and revolutionize the use of mushwood lumber. Maybe. Study this mushwood. Or I'll keep my precious mushwood. Study it. Yeah, we lost the mushwood and gained the card. Yeah, no, we lost the item that we can use during a battle and have a third one of those now. You examine the mushwood under a microscope and take notes on its cellular structure. Part of the reason it needs to be harvested in wet is because the cells get so saturated that they lose structural integrity and turn to, well, mush during glow. Studying the exact process by which the cells take in water leads to a breakthrough. It might be possible to hack the process and stop the mushwood trees from taking on too much water during wet. If they don't take on as much water, they won't take as long to dry. You should be able to develop a spray that the loggers can apply to the fruiting body of the mushwood, the part that sticks out above ground, to close its spores. Reducing negative pressure in the body should stop it from pulling so much water from the mycelial network underground. That's great. Logging will be much more efficient now. +1 to colony defense, and +10 kudos. Total equals goal. Oh, there we go. Okay. That is so much money. That is so much money. Damn. Yeah, we can literally buy everything in the shop right now. This is just a gift that nobody is into cakes. I know what everybody likes and none of them like cake. So I'm buying the status effects but not the cake. Just checking if there's anything outside. I don't know if we need to collect more kudos and if there's more items that will be available at some point. Probably. But we still have almost 100 kudos. And our card situation doesn't look too bad. There's some cards that I would like to get rid of. Like this. Can't believe that we still have that one card that is a 0. I wonder if this means that we can actually have more than one pet, since this says only show equipped pets. Collectible wise we also still look good. And we're finding out more and more about our friends. But yeah, this has been very successful. We are almost 14 now. We started off as 12. We almost played for 2 entire years. So yeah, next stream will definitely turn 14, maybe 15, we'll see. But we're making some headway, that's good. So yeah, thanks for joining. I will see you maybe next week at some point, probably not on Friday though, because I do have to work and it's always a gamble on whether I will come back in time. Maybe we'll also just start at 8 on next Friday then. But yeah. Have a good one. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye! I also enjoy this game. Anyway, bye!